Hi beautiful, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a review on the Elvie Pump. I'm going to be letting you mamas know if you should be spending your money on this pump and if it's worth it. I'm trying to be as detailed as I can about this pump so I can give you guys a full walkthrough and idea of how this pump works, and also just some insight on how I feel about the pump and everything else. This is my daughter Avery. Say hi. She is 5 months old and she will be 6 months old on the 1st. And we have been breastfeeding since she's been home. And so she's pretty much exclusively breastfed. We're working on just transitioning her to get more familiar with eating food and also transitioning her more on the bottle. I do pump, but I don't pump as often as I did in the beginning. I pump probably once or twice a day. I freeze my milk and then she's on the breast majority of the day unless I'm going to the store or we have company. That's when she has a bottle, but pretty much she's been on the breast. And so I will be giving you my honest opinion about this pump from a perspective of a stay-at-home mom, because pretty much since COVID-19 happened, or before she was even born, I went on leave for work. So I've been a stay-at-home mom for a little bit now. So I'll give you that perspective and also the perspective of a working mom. So I can give you both of those and basically just let you guys know if it's even worth it from both of those perspectives. Before we get started today, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And if you like this content, please don't be afraid to like this video. I also will be reading off my laptop for right now. I do have a lot of notes because I don't want to miss anything. So please sit tight. It's gonna be, hopefully it's not gonna be a long video. I'm not trying to make it too long. I'm gonna be giving you all the insight, and yes, I am actively using the pump right now, so I'm gonna be giving you the best review as of right now and everything else. So I have a lot to say, so stick around. Since my daughter won't go to sleep right now, I'm actually gonna have her in the video as not a prop, but pretty much give you guys a real life example of this pump and how it works and how I use it. So I'm gonna put her on. Oops. And I have my little boppy pillow that I'm gonna set her up on. Actually gonna come back after I attach her, and then I'm going to get ready to start the video. So I'll be right back. Hi guys, I'm just showing you a quick tutorial on how I actually place the pump in my bra while I'm feeding or doing the activity. This is fairly easy, so I just want to give you guys a real demonstration of how it works. Okay, you guys, I was so thirsty to get this pump. I had to put it on my, oh bless you baby. I had to put it on my registry, and I was praying and hoping that somebody got it for me. And guess what, y'all? Somebody bought it for me for a gift, so I was so happy. I was like, oh my God, because this pump was gonna mean everything for me. Like, I have 2 kids and I knew it was gonna be a challenge. It's gonna be hard to be basically a wifey, a mommy, and do all my daily activities that I need to do, and then, you know, pump. And I knew how hard it was the first time. So this time, you know, I was looking for something very convenient, something that I could just do my daily activities and just be free. And so I found this pump. Well, actually my sister found this pump and she told me I needed to get it. So I did my research and I kind of was sold on it. I felt like I was taking a little bit of a risk because, you know, there are pros and cons. So if you guys are looking to do your registry, this is a great thing to put on there. I'm just saying, so you don't have to buy it yourself. All right, so first we're gonna start off with just talking about the logistics of it, how much it costs, how to set it up, and all the info prior to getting into how to actually use the pump. So pretty much what I do when I set it up, I make sure everything is all washed. And so I get this container, and then I get the little piece that goes on top and I connect it, it snaps. So I would connect it like that. Then I would take this piece and I would insert it in here, and that fits so it looks like this. And then after that, I will take the hub and then this piece right here and I connect them. So you want to make sure it goes in this way. This is facing inwards. And so you want to connect them like this. And you want to make sure it snaps and everything is all snug. There's no air suction, no air that can get out of here. So you want to make sure that's nice and tight. You also want to take the piece where your breast will go, and you're going to take the little flange and you're going to insert it right there in the middle, and it's going to fit like a glove. Then you take this part, because this part is the top and this is the top, and you want to put them together and you want to hear it click, and then that's pretty much how it goes. Okay, so this is the inside, and this is where your nipple goes. I suggest you put some ointment in there, like some Vaseline, any ointment that you use on your breast, to put in here to make the suction, make your titty slip a little bit, so then they don't rub or like get irritated, because it can hurt. The first time I did put it on, it was kind of very, the suction was very strong, so you want to make sure you play around with it and find the right suction for you. To turn it on, you want to push the power button like this, and the light should come on at the top. You guys can see that it's a white light, so you want to make sure you see a white light. When you charge it as well, you want to make sure that you're seeing a red or green dot at the very top. Then they have the plus or minus signs right here, where you can change the dial up or down. You can even control this through the app that they have. What else? They have the left and right. So every time I put it on, I'm like, okay, am I gonna put it on the left boob or the right boob? And whichever one you choose, you're gonna push left or right, and you're gonna basically manipulate which breast you're gonna put it on, and then you're gonna connect it to the app, and it's gonna already have this algorithm where it's going to know that you're putting it on the left or right breast, and that's how you can pretty much determine which breast you left off of and how much you're pumping on each boob. It has, and it's right next to the power button. So when you're done, you turn it off, obviously. And so I do that, I turn it off. And then to disconnect, to take it out, to clean it, you just click that button, and then everything pretty much comes apart. And it's so easy to clean. So the price is $4.99 for the bundle. So if you want two of them, that comes with two, you're going to be paying $4.99.99. And then if you want a single pump, which is only one, then you're going to pay $2.79. There's three sizes. There's a 21 mm, there's a 24, and then a 28. You will get a 28 and also a 24 that comes in both of the packages, whether you get a bundle or a single. You will not get a 21. That's more a customized, not customizable, but it's not more so, it's not common. The 24 and 28 are more common, so those are the ones that's going to come. But if you have to purchase a 21, it's not that expensive, I don't believe, and you can purchase it at any retailer that sells this pump, at Target, Bye Bye Baby, at Elvie.com. And you can buy those parts if you need to buy a different size. Also, if you need to get a replacement, they have that. You can buy extra runs when you purchase it. So they have everything on the site. So when you get started, that's what you want to find out, what your size is, so that you are pretty much able to pump out enough milk. So it wouldn't be as efficient if you don't have the right size. So that's very important, to get the right size so you can get the right latch and it can suction appropriately, because I noticed if I put the wrong one on there, it's not really suctioning like it needs to be. But when I have the right fit on there, you can feel it. You can feel the suction going. I'm going to insert a picture of the bra that I use. And I like wearing these bras because they're so convenient. I won't show my whole boobs, but pretty much this is the one that drapes down like that. And it fits me pretty snug, but pretty much just works fine for me. It's designed to work with any traditional breastfeeding bra. And so I'm going to show you right now how it looks in my bra, and then standing up kind of, so you guys can see how it really doesn't look like a big difference. It just looks like, it looks silly a little bit, but not really. If you have a sweater on, you can just go like this, and you won't even be able to tell that you're pumping. I usually walk around the house pumping. I clean up, vacuum, I cook, I watch movies, I even hold my baby, I play with my babies, I go on walks, I do everything you could imagine, drive and all, with this pump right here. When you're pumping, it will automatically switch from stimulation to expression mode, and it detects your letdown, and it will pause if it gets full. So it has an algorithm on the app. So basically when you're connected to the app and you're pumping, you can start seeing like, okay, I'm at 2 ounces, I'm at 3 ounces. And it will basically approximate how much you're pumping. But sometimes it's not always correct, and that's okay. You can always check, but pretty much it will. So if you're looking to get a full bottle, which is like 5 ounces, sometimes when it gets near the top, it will pause. So you'll have to go back, you'll have to take it out, make sure that it really is full. And if it's not, you can put it back in there and start it over again. But it will pause and detect if it gets too full because it doesn't want to overflow. So that's really cool. It does have a 2-year warranty on the hub. So this is the hub part. Let me take it off. This is pretty much the hub. So you have a 2-year warranty on this. And then all the washable parts, which will be any of the parts that's connected to it, you have a 90-day warranty with any washable parts. But again, you can purchase those on the website or any partner store that sells it, and they're affordable. So you can buy any replacement parts if they break. I haven't had any issues with them breaking. I wash them. I don't put them in the dishwasher. I haven't really done that. I just put it in real hot water, put it in some soapy water, and it's been very fine, and that disinfects it for me. If you do have an issue with any of the parts breaking, or if you need new parts, if you lose a part, you can always order them online. So let's get into battery life. The battery life on this is okay. It doesn't last forever. So after 2 to 3 times that you pump, or even 2 times, you want to make sure that you put it back on the charger, because if it has a low battery and you try to put it on, the suction is not as great. It's gonna die on you. So it's not gonna be useful at that point. So you want to make sure that it is charged. It does charge pretty fast. I think it takes about probably a half an hour to charge, if that. It charges really, really fast. So you don't have to worry about sitting there waiting for hours for it to get charged. I think because it's so small that it doesn't take a lot of time to do that. Because it's so portable, you can basically charge this in your car. So if I know I'm going somewhere and I forgot to charge it when I'm in the house, I will plug it up to my adapter in my car and charge it when I'm on my way to going to somewhere, you know. So that's very, very convenient. So I like that, that part. Also, it says that this pump is silent. It's not necessarily silent, but it is quiet. The sound it makes is like a but you can't really hear it if you're far. So if you're sitting right next to me, then that person probably can hear it. If you're like in the distance, you can't really hear anything that's going on. Like the Medela pump is so loud, it's so annoying. I feel like I'm disturbing the peace when I got that on. But this one, you don't even know. My boo don't even know I'm pumping most of the time. He's like, oh, you got that pump in? Like, nobody knows. So I can do anything I want pumping, and like I can film a video and pump at the same time. I can do multiple things at once. So that's just so convenient for me, and I love it. Okay, so now we're going to get into my own personal experience with using this pump, and I'm just going to be completely honest. Because I want you guys to know, especially because we are moms, we do look forward to things that are very dependable, because it's very chaotic. You know, I have a 3-year-old and I also have this newborn, and I look for something that's very dependable. I'm like, nothing can let me down because I depend on things that I need every single day. So with that being said, when I got this pump, I was so ecstatic. I was so happy. I almost cried when my friend brought me this pump. I'm like, girl, like, thank you so much. This is about to be the bomb. This is about to be the business. So, you know, I had the pump for about, my baby was born in February. So I've had the pump now for about, 5 months. And so 3 months into using the pump, it was so convenient. Like I would pump so often. So then one day I went to pump and it didn't work. So I'm like, what the hell? Like, why isn't this pump working? Like, I tried everything. I was trying to charge it. I let it charge overnight. Like, I was trying to do the suction, everything, because prior to that, when it just completely went out, the suction wasn't working. And I was troubleshooting. And this was very early on when I had the pump, that the suction just went out. And it just would go like, it would hiss. And it wouldn't really sound like it's like, pumping. And so I was researching it. I did everything that, it says you need to do to troubleshooted it by myself, but the problem still just seemed like it was a hit or miss. I would pump sometimes and sometimes it would work and sometimes it wouldn't. So then I just started like, you know, saying to hell with this damn pump, and I was pissed. And luckily I didn't buy it because I would have been raising some hell. Like, I didn't spend $200, $500 on this and it's not working. But either way, I was mad because somebody bought this and it was supposed to be a durable product, and it just went out on me. I had ended up reaching out to the customer service rep, and at first I was going to do a review because I was just so over it. I'm like, you know what, F this pump. I'm going to write a review and tell people about this. But then I'm like, you know what, I'm going to reach out to customer service, see if they can solve it for me, because they said we have a warranty. So I'm going to reach out to them and see what happens. So I reached out to them. I told them what happened to me and how basically I was dependent on this pump, and also, like, you know, how it just went dead on me, like it's just not working. And so they tried to work through the problem with me just to make sure that it was a malfunction in the pump. I sent them my serial number, and then they asked me to send them a receipt. And I mentioned earlier I did not buy this pump, so I don't have a receipt. I didn't even have my gift receipt. So I told them that, you know, I did receive this as a gift, and no questions asked. They ended up, you know, they asked me for my address, and they ended up sending me a new pump. So they just sent me a new hub, and all the parts these are all that what I had from the original hub that I had the first time. So they just sent me a new hub in the mail, and I was so grateful. I'm so thankful now that I have it, and it just basically put me back on, you know, being super mom. So that was really convenient for me that they worked really fast. It took a couple days. I didn't even realize that it was coming so fast when they sent me the replacement part. So because you have that 2-year warranty, I think they do work with you to send you a replacement pump if needed. And I really do appreciate that. And I feel like they give you so much information. There's a lot of FAQs on their website because people do experience malfunctions and problems with their pump all the time. And so they are very thorough. They get back to you. They're nice. So I would say the customer service with this pump is so great. Besides purchasing this pump with your own money, you can get it through your insurance. I do personally know someone, I have a friend who got this very pump and she got it through her insurance. I'm not really sure if she has public or private insurance, but she did choose to get this pump. I know when basically I've always been like dually covered, but I know the first time when I had my daughter, when there was, it was different because I had an HMO, then I had a PPO plan. But pretty much when I had this PPO plan, they had sent me to a website and they pretty much asked me to pick which pump I wanted. And then I had, I don't know if I think the Elvie pump was on there, but I wasn't too sure I wanted to get that because again, it was kind of fairly new then, a few years ago. And so I chose to go with the Medela pump because I heard really good things about it. It was a staple, like, you know, it's been around for a long time. So I did get the Medela pump and I liked it, but I did not like the inconvenience of sitting there, having to sit there and pump. And, you know, when my baby cried, I'm like, oh crap, like I had to just snatch it out, or, you know, it was just too much. So this time around, I got the Medela pump through my insurance. I had a made HMO plan, so I got it through my insurance. And then I got this, my friend bought this for me, so I didn't have to go through my insurance. So I don't know how they do it now with the insurance, but please, you know, if you are having your first baby, second baby, and you have insurance, please reach out to them and see if you can get it that way. And it might be more secure that way because you can reach back out to them and say, hey, it's not working, and you can work with them and customer service to get that resolved. So that is my personal issue or experience with a malfunction with this pump. So that was very unfortunate, but I'm so happy I got it fixed, and now I'm even more pumped about this pump, but I just have this reservation because I had that issue. So I know if I keep experiencing that, I don't know how often or what's going to happen if I experience that issue again, but I hope that customer service will be there to support, even if I need to send the pump back or what have you. So I'm just kind of like on eggshells with this pump, but I'm happy that it's working again. So now we're going to get into some pros and cons. I kind of already covered a little bit of the pros and a little bit of the cons, but just to give you guys a sum up and just to be more thorough, I'm going to basically list them off and talk about them. So the first pro is that it is BPA free. You don't have to worry about any of those harsh chemicals with this product. On the website, it is blasted on there that it is BPA free. The parts, which this part in particular, you can take this top off and then you can put the cap on it and you can just leave the milk in here and you can freeze it. So it is freezer and refrigerator durable, so you can do that. I love that you can also just pop it off and pour it in the baggies. I have the baggies and I like the baggies because this can get expensive just freezing them in here. I feel like that's taking up too much space and it's irrelevant at that point. But you do get two of these when you purchase, when you get the pump anyways. Also, I love the smart features. I love that it has an app that's connected to it, because you don't want to always be peeking in your bra and like tipping over almost trying to figure out how much you got pumped already. I like the fact that you can check on the app and that you can control the dials through the app. So say for instance, I'm pumping and I'm like, oh, this is like up too high. I can turn it low. I can just press those buttons at the top, or I can just go on the app and, you know, change the suction on there. So you can play with the app as well. So I love that portion, and that's just been so convenient as well. It also the size is very small, as you can see. When you have this little bag, I kept it. You can keep it and basically keep it safe in the bag, and you can take it with you on the go. It fits in my diaper bag perfectly. Even can fit in your purse. You can whip this thing out in the stove and you'll be good. So the size for me is everything. Like that Medela pump, if I was to go, for instance, to stay at my sister's house where she lives kind of far, and I just stay the night when I go over there, I'm literally like, I don't want to pump because I got to take all these cords and I got to take this big old box. Like, that's just too much. So I love the size. It's also easy to clean. So when I clean it, I get soap and water. You know, I get the little bottle. I get the little the bottle cleaner, and I clean this portion. I haven't put in a dishwasher or anything, so I don't want to break my parts. So I just pretty much wash them by hand. So that's very easy. It's easy to store. You can keep it wherever. Like I said, you can fit it in the smallest little bag, and it's convenient. And so leaning on convenience, as I said it multiple times, and I think that's just the ongoing ambiance here, is that it's convenient. So because it's so convenient, I can watch TV, I can do laundry, I can, you know, play with my kids, I can cook, I can do everything I want to do. I can go for a walk if I want to. I'm free. So I love the convenience factor of this, and I think that was so futuristic of this pump, because like I said, that Medela pump, you're just confined to one spot. So because this one is in your bra, it's not connected to a cord, it's cordless, wireless, you pretty much can just do anything that you want to do. Change your baby diaper. I even feed my baby on one boob and have it on the other boob. It ended up working out that I do have just one pump, because I usually feed on one breast and have her on the other breast. And so, you know, two is a plus, but one it gets the job done. So you don't have to. So if you're concerned about having two, I wouldn't. And you know, and it's to your personal preference, but I don't necessarily think it's that important to have to, unless you really want to just sit there and pump, you know, if you're trying to just store as much milk as you can, because you do have to wait for one to get done, then put on the other. But because I'm exclusively breastfeeding, that works for me. So you'll figure out what is best for you or what works for you. So I think that it's a benefit just to have that one, and then I feed on the other breast. So that's been very convenient for me, and it's just been the best thing ever. So I love that about the pump. So some cons are the malfunctions, of course. I don't necessarily think that this pump is the best when it comes to dependability, because maybe I could be a little biased, but I don't know if it's necessarily dependable like that. Because it's technology based, you know, you will have those issues. And I mean, you can have these same issues with the Medela pump. One day the motor or whatever might go out and you have to get it replaced or whatever, but because it's technology based, you know, just be mindful of that piece, that it is technology and you might experience a malfunction. So bet on it, but don't bet your last dollar, you know, so just be mindful of that. And also have a backup pump. If it does go out on you, have that backup pump so you can still pump and then reach out to customer service to get fixed. If your pump runs low on battery, and you would know it's running low on battery, it will not suction that well. And so you want to make sure you're on a full battery to actually get the best use out of the pump. So I would say that it's kind of like, well, that's not like a con, but you know, that's just like to be aware of type of thing. Let me see. It doesn't last, the battery doesn't last too long, but it lasts long enough for you to get that session in. And like I said, it charges really fast, so that's okay. I think the price is a very steep. I think it's very expensive, and $500 for a pump. I literally was beating myself up like, am I gonna pay $500, $600 for a pump? I don't know. But you know, people want to buy the convenience. So I was willing to spend the money just like a lot of other moms that I'm sure you might be interested in paying that $500. Just like, okay, I really want that convenience factor, because we know breastfeeding is like one of the hardest, one of the most natural things, but one of the hardest things ever. And every experience that with breastfeeding with each baby is going to be so different. And to have this convenience factor, it's everything. Like that part trips me up every single time. So yeah, and then the other part was that it just doesn't initially come with two pumps. I think the other pump, the other competitor pump, I can't think of the name right now, but anyways, that pump comes with two, I believe, and then this one is either one or two. I believe that it should come with a pair just off the rip. It should not just come with one. Because I mean, they're expensive. Like, why don't you just give people two, you know? And then also the fact is, they need to give you two chargers. They only give you one charger. So it's like, how am I supposed to, like, you know, I gotta buy extra parts. They ain't right. So if you want to learn more about this pump, you want to learn more about like frequent asked questions, you want to know more about like how you find your size, I suggest and I highly recommend that you guys visit the website, because it's very helpful. I went on there and I read everything, asked questions, and if you want to ask more questions, if I didn't cover something, you can comment down below and ask me and I will respond. I do use this pump, like I said, quite often. I use it pretty much every single day. And besides that incident where it wasn't working, I don't have any other issues or complaints with it. The bra that I have, it works perfect. You don't have to buy this expensive bra. You don't have to go and buy like, you know, $50. I think this bra was like $20 or something like that. It's not even expensive. So you don't have to do extra. You know, this bra is good enough. I find that I get out my milk very good with this pump. It actually pumps really well. It works really well. Like I get a lot of milk out. And sometimes when I pump, I can hear the milk coming out. So if you can, I mean, if you have it right here, obviously like this is a very close connection, so you can hear it. But like I said, it's not disturbing at all. So overall, would I recommend this pump? And it's circumstantial, you know. I feel like if you have the money to buy it and it's not gonna break your pockets, go ahead and spend the money, because it is convenient. So I will say, like, I'm not against people purchasing it, and I think that people should, you know, buy something that is gonna be helpful and convenient for them. So I would suggest that be mindful and know that this is a purchase for you if you want to make that purchase. I highly recommend, suggest that you put this on your registry so that other people can buy this for you and you can get it as a gift, because that way you don't have to spend the money on it. So that's a good way to get this pump. I wouldn't recommend this pump to somebody who is if that's their only choice. If this was the only thing that they can get and they had to choose this, I wouldn't say get this. I would want you to get something that's more convenient and durable for you. So I would say, you know, just purchase something like the Mandela pump or something that's more traditional if this is if that is the only option for you. But if you have other options and if this is just a secondary option, I think this is a good thing to have. So overall, would you be wasting your money? I don't think you'll be wasting your money. This is a great pump. I love how futuristic it is. I love the fact that, you know, I think all the pros outweigh a lot of the cons. And when you hear yourself, and when I hear myself talk about it, I'm like, wow, this pump is really done a lot for me. You know, like I'm talking about it like it's a person. But pretty much like it has allowed me to do a lot. I remember the first time when I had my baby the first time, it was so hard. She would just like cry and I would try to pump and it was very frustrating, and I was doing a lot at that time. I was a student, and it wasn't until my sister had her baby that I seen there was so many ways that you can actually have the Medela pump and be on the go. Like, she had the car adapter, she had the pump bag, she had everything, and I was like, oh my God, like I could have done all that, but I was so inexperienced and I didn't do enough research and I didn't have enough of that information. So this was a lot of trial and error, and breastfeeding is trial and error. Like, it's not gonna be easy, it's not perfect. One experience can be one way and then the other is another. Just like a pregnancy, my first pregnancy was a godsend, nothing happened to me, I was the bomb, diggity.com. Then the second time I was sick, I'm like, oh hell no. So all these experiences are very different. So I would say be conscious, and do your research, and when you finally figure out if this is a product for you, go ahead and spend the $500 or the $200. We spend money on things like purses, and this is definitely worth it. It's worth the investment, to invest in something that's going to bring you convenience, like I said, as a mom. I would recommend this again, but with caution. If you like today's content or video, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel and also hit that bell button for notifications of weekly videos. I will be doing a lot more of these videos. I do have a lot of items to review. I also have a lot of things that I've purchased that I think that you guys should take a look at. So I will be coming to do some product reviews. Hopefully you are, now more knowledgeable about what you need to do more research about this pump. Feel free to, look at other videos, also read on their website at elvie.com. I will be linking all this stuff down below. Just go check them out, read the website, look at videos, be mindful, get honest reviews and opinions, because it's so important when you're spending your money. With that being said, I'm going to adjourn this video, but it was so refreshing to be able to come on here and give you guys an authentic review, also to talk about my experience, because I did experience this malfunction with the pump, so it can be more authentic and real. I'm so happy about that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, it's my pleasure, and I will be seeing you guys in the next video. Thank you. Bye.